So today we're going to make a vegetable minestrone soup with fresh vegetables from the farmers market. We're going to start with onions and garlic sauteing while I'm chopping some. This is rainbow chard, and it's really sweet and light. Some people think that chard is a little bit bitter, but really it's got a nice light sweet flavor to it. You can eat it raw, or you can cook it up like we're gonna do. So first I'm gonna start sauteing my onions and garlic. I'm gonna warm up my pan a little bit. Pour in some olive oil, a couple of glugs. And then we'll start to chop up. We're gonna separate out the rainbow chard, the stems from the leaves, because they will cook at different times. The stems are a little bit hardier. It's kind of like using celery for the base of your soup. So we're gonna use the chard stems instead. So we'll now chop these up pretty finely so that they cook down real quick. And this will give the soup a nice, sweet, earthy flavor. And they cook real fast. It's almost, the chard stems are a little bit thinner texture than celery. Now we're gonna go back to our pot. Oops. Here we go, Julia Child. I was throwing things. And we're gonna add in our onions. On a medium heat. You don't want to scorch them. Just kind of want to warm them up a little bit, get them soft, get the flavors going in the pot. Stir them up a little bit with the olive oil to get the onions and the garlic completely coated with the olive oil so they don't stick in the bottom of your pan. And these are onions that were harvested yesterday at one of our local farms. Got them at the farmers market this morning. They're really sweet, very tender. Can't get any fresher than that. So we're gonna let the onions and the garlic cook for about 2 minutes until it's soft. I'm gonna add the chard stems to the bowl that has my pre-chopped carrots in it, because we'll cook them at the same time. This rainbow chard will give our minestrone soup a really nice color. This is gonna be our rainbow minestrone soup. So we also use some rainbow carrots. These carrots are red on the outside, and when you cut them in the middle, they're orange. They're beautiful. So I'm just gonna chop up the chard leaves really roughly. These will cook down real fast in the soup. And I can smell the onions and the garlic cooking. I can hear them sizzling, so I know they're about ready for me to add the carrots and the chard stems. We're also going to put a little kale in the soup too for more of an earthy green flavor. So when I'm done chopping the chard, we'll chop up some kale. All right, it looks like it's time to add our carrots and our chard stems to our onions and garlic. That smells good. Can you smell that? Yummy. Nothing smells better than garlic and olive oil. So we're gonna let the carrots and the onions cook for about 3 minutes. Until the carrots soften a little. This is going to be a really green soup. Lots of fresh greens. Really healthy, lots of iron, vitamin C in the greens. We're also going to add some zucchini to the soup. So we'll just chop those up real quick. Bought these zucchinis at the market this morning also. I think they were harvested this morning in the dark. 4 o'clock in the morning, farmers get up, harvest their vegetables that they're going to bring to the market. We'll just cut up our squash real roughly. It cooks really fast. It's real sweet. And this is a yellow zucchini. It's a summer squash. We're lucky that in October we can still get summer squash. After the zucchini, we'll chop up a little cabbage to add to the soup. Okay, now I'm going to add the zucchini to the carrots and the onions and the garlic. I'm going to add the cabbage to the zucchini and the carrots. Let that cook down a little bit. And then I'm going to add about a cup of white wine. This will help steam the vegetables a little bit. It'll help deglaze the pan so that your onions and your carrots and your garlic don't stick. And it'll add a nice flavor to the broth. Stir all that up a little bit. And then we'll add our beans and our chard. That smells wonderful. I'm going to add a little salt to the vegetables before we add the broth. Now we're going to add 2 cans of white cannelli beans and a can of chickpeas or garbanzo beans. We've drained them, and now we're just going to put them in with everything in the soup. We're also going to add 1 can of chopped tomatoes. These are basic things that you usually have in your cupboard and basic staples. Just throw them together, add some vegetables and some broth, and you have a beautiful soup. Then we're going to add about 4 cups of chicken broth. So this isn't a completely vegetarian soup, but the chicken broth adds a little bit more flavor. You can use just vegetable broth if you want. Stir that up a little. I think we're going to add a little bit more broth so it's really soupy. And we're also going to add a couple of Parmesan rinds. Parmesan rinds will give the minestrone a really hearty flavor. Give it a little extra salt. And about 2 more cups of vegetable broth. Stir all that together, and I'm going to turn up my heat to medium-high so that everything can start simmering again. And last but not least, we're gonna throw in our chard. And it looks like a lot, but it's gonna cook down. Give that soup really nice flavor. We'll stir all of that up and we'll let this cook for about 15 minutes. Once the vegetables are tender and all of the flavors have melded together, then the soup's ready. And season it with a little salt and pepper. So to go with our soup, we're gonna make a ciabatta bread with a goat cheese and herbs garlic spread. So the next thing we're gonna do is we got some fresh goat cheese chèvre this morning. Chopped up some garlic and some fresh thyme. And we're just gonna put all that together in a bowl. And we're gonna mix it up with a little fresh ground pepper. And we'll just make this into a nice spread. Chèvre is really fresh and light. And the garlic and the herbs are a nice complement to the tanginess of the goat milk. So now that that's all mixed together, we're just gonna spread it on some bread, and this will go with our minestrone. So we're gonna take our minestrone and serve it in a bowl with a piece of our fresh bread from Grand Central Bakery with our goat cheese herbed chèvre. Just like that.
Nice.
There you go. A nice, quick, hearty fall soup.